Welcome to the future, where the next generation of 3D virtual reality is here, and it's unlike anything you've experienced before. The best part? You won't need a headset to immerse yourself in this incredible new world. That's right. With the latest advancements in technology, you'll be able to step inside a fully realized 3D environment using only your device. So buckle up and get ready to explore a new world of limitless possibilities. As the next generation of 3D virtual reality is here, and it's going to change everything you thought you knew about immersive experiences. Imagine being able to explore a virtual world without feeling weighed down by a bulky headset or being tethered to a computer. You'll be able to move freely, interact with objects, and even connect with others in this virtual space, all without ever leaving the comfort of your own home. This new technology will revolutionize the way we experience virtual reality, opening up new possibilities for education, entertainment, and even social interaction. So make sure you subscribe to the channel as we are bringing more and more valuable content to you in our upcoming videos. As virtual reality continues to gain popularity and become an increasingly important part of our lives, the demand for high-quality and realistic 3D images is rapidly growing. However, creating such images poses significant challenges, as existing techniques often struggle to capture the complex details of objects accurately. To address this issue, a group of researchers has developed a cutting-edge method that employs ultra-high-density successive planes. This innovative approach allows for the dynamic projection of 3D objects with unparalleled accuracy and fidelity. By packing more details into each image, the researchers have created an approach that enables the creation of highly realistic and dynamic projections, which could significantly enhance the VR experience. Through this approach, each successive plane is used to build up a more detailed 3D image, which is then projected onto a screen. The result is a highly detailed and accurate representation of the object, which can be viewed from different angles and in real time. This breakthrough has the potential to revolutionize the field of VR, enabling more immersive experiences that feel closer to reality. In addition to its potential applications in virtual reality, this technique could also be used in other areas such as gaming, architecture, and medical imaging. By providing a more detailed and accurate representation of complex 3D objects, this approach could open up new possibilities for designers, engineers, and medical professionals, allowing them to explore and analyze complex structures in unprecedented detail. This groundbreaking technique represents a significant step forward in the field of 3D projection, offering the potential to create more realistic and immersive experiences that push the boundaries of what is possible. You see, researchers are revolutionizing the world of virtual reality and other applications by jam-packing even more details into an already impressive 3D image. A team from the University of Science and Technology of China has developed a new way to create dynamic ultra-high-density 3D holograms. Lei Gong, who led the team, says, "A 3D hologram can present real 3D scenes with continuous and fine features." For virtual reality, our method could be used with headset-based holographic displays to greatly improve the viewing angles, which would enhance the 3D viewing experience. It could also provide better 3D visuals without requiring a headset. Imagine being able to immerse yourself in a virtual world that looks and feels as real as the one around you. This new technology could make that dream a reality, creating even more realistic representations of our surroundings. Not only does this update promise to improve the viewing experience for VR users, but it can also have far-reaching implications in other fields such as medicine, education, and entertainment. For example, it could be used to create highly accurate simulations for medical training, allowing healthcare professionals to practice complex procedures in a safe and controlled environment. In the education sector, 3D holograms could enhance the learning experience by allowing students to interact with virtual objects in a more natural and intuitive way. And in the entertainment industry, this technology could open up new possibilities for immersive experiences, bringing viewers even closer to the action. To produce a hologram that looks like it exists in the real world, scientists have to project highly detailed images onto a multitude of closely spaced layers. The images must have a high pixel resolution, which means that they are composed of many small dots that are tightly packed together to create a sharp and clear picture. The layers themselves are also critical to the process. They must be positioned very closely together, creating a three-dimensional structure that is almost like a stack of ultra-thin slices. By projecting the detailed images onto these successive layers, the hologram is able to achieve a high-depth resolution. This gives the illusion that the hologram is a real three-dimensional object that can be viewed from different angles. However, achieving this level of precision is no easy feat. Even the slightest misalignment or mistake can cause the final hologram to lose clarity and definition. It's a bit like assembling an intricate and complex puzzle, but with much smaller and more intricate pieces. The end result is a hologram that looks stunningly lifelike and is capable of captivating audiences with its realistic appearance. When it comes to creating a hologram, a spatial light modulator (SLM) is typically used to manipulate the brightness or phase of a light beam. You may have seen SLMs in overhead projectors, where they're used to project images from a computer onto a surface. However, the current technology behind SLMs is somewhat limited in terms of image quality. This is because they can only project a few low-resolution images onto separate levels with low-depth resolution, resulting in holograms that can appear less than realistic. To address this issue, a team of researchers have come up with a new approach that combines an SLM with a diffuser. By using the diffuser in combination with the SLM, they're able to create multiple image levels that are much closer together. This means that they can pack a much greater amount of information into a given space, resulting in much higher resolution and much more realistic holographic projections. Moreover, the technique they developed also prevents any interference between the different image levels, which allows for even greater levels of detail and realism in the final hologram. Let's take an example here. You see, researchers created a holographic image of a rocket, and they used this method to simulate a 3D representation of the rocket. They created a drawing of the rocket and a point cloud model of it. To create the holographic image, they used a computer-generated technique called random vector-based holography, which resulted in a 3D projection of the rocket represented by 32 different images with a depth interval of 3.75 mm. This projection was displayed using a single 1000 by 1000 pixel hologram. The next method, called the three-dimensional scattering-assisted dynamic holography, 3D SDH, was used to project the object by simultaneously displaying 125 image planes with a uniform distance of 0.96 mm from a single 1000 by 1000 pixel hologram. The resulting volume-rendered image of the object projected by this method turned out to be mind-blowing. The researchers also created volume-rendered images of the simulated 3D rocket from various perspective views with the 3DH method. All of them turned out to be crystal clear representations. These images provide a detailed view of the holographic simulation of the rocket. Through a series of tests, the team was able to project a detailed 3D model of a rocket with an impressive 125 successive image levels, each separated by a mere 0.96 mm depth interval. What's even more remarkable is that they achieved this feat using just a single 1000 by 1000 pixel hologram, demonstrating the extraordinary potential of this new technology. By comparison, previous approaches have been limited to projecting the same 3D model with just 32 image levels, each separated by a much larger 3.75 mm depth interval. This highlights the remarkable burst of progress that 3D SDH represents in the field of holography, opening up new avenues for creating incredibly detailed, lifelike 3D images that were previously unimaginable. So the researchers created a new 3D projector that makes really cool-looking projections that move around. To test the projector's capabilities, the researchers compared it with the current state-of-the-art hologram technology. They found that the resolution produced by the 3D SDH was an astounding 1,000 times better than its older counterpart. According to Gom, one of the researchers involved in the project, the team was able to overcome two significant limitations of conventional digital holographic techniques. These issues were low axial resolution and high interplane crosstalk, which previously prevented precise depth control of the hologram, limiting the quality of the 3D display. With the new technology, fine depth control is now possible, and the quality of the 3D display is substantially improved. Gall also noted that the new approach could enhance holography-based optical encryption by enabling more data to be encrypted in the hologram. All in all, this project is a remarkable achievement that pushes the boundaries of hologram technology, as this new 3D SDH projector overcomes long-existing challenges in holographic imaging, which could open up a world of possibilities for creating highly detailed and dynamic 3D displays. With that said, if you enjoyed the content in this video, I guarantee you will absolutely love this video as well.